Morning, everybody. Welcome to class. Today we are going to continue to be looking at those things that will keep us in our momentum that we have chosen. That is success in everything we are doing. And we are going to be looking today at the consistency without burnout. We have been wishing to be consistent in everything that we do. And we have heard several times people say the secret to succeed in anything you are doing online is consistency. But we have tried before now, and we will decide, we will make sure that we are doing what will keep us consistency. But after some months we just find ourselves not being consistent. So today we are going to be looking at what will help us to be consistent without burnout, without getting tired, without ending on the road. So consistency is to stay committed without breaking yourself. So it's not all about staying committed, but it's staying committed and without breaking yourself. Many people are not inconsistent because they are lazy. They are inconsistent because they are exhausted. They get tired on the way. They get tired on the way. They are not lazy. They are very hardworking, but they get tired on the way, and that is how burnout comes into it now. They didn't quit because they lack discipline. They quit because they are burning themselves like firewood instead of fueling themselves like a generator. So consistency without so that is consistency without burnout. That's consistency without burnout. When once you are consistent and you are burning out, it's not the type of consistency we are talking about. So consistency does not mean doing everything every day. Waking up at every 4 a.m. when your body is screaming. It doesn't mean hustling until you hate the very thing you once loved. That is not the meaning. Consistency simply means showing up in a sustainable way even when motivation is low. Yes, we already learned that motivation fades so quickly, so we should not be depending on motivation to do whatsoever that we are doing. So it confirms here that motivation does not depend on motivation. So let me say it differently. Consistency is not about intensity. Consistency is about repeatability. Yes, are you able to be doing it repeatedly without feeling bored? If you are, if you are doing cannot be repeated next week, next month, or next year, it is not consistency. It is self-abuse with good branding. Yes, if what you are doing you cannot keep that momentum for years, it is self-branding, it's not consistency. So why burnout will always happen, even to positive, motivated people? Yeah, this will help you to understand that our success does not end about having a positive mindset. It has a lot of things, as we started saying them since from the other day. And motivation is one, and consistency is one of them. Burnout does not happen because you are weak. Burnout happens because you are misaligned. And here are the real reason people burn out. You will burn out if you confuse urgency with importance. If you are that type of person that you treat everything like it is an emergency, there's nothing that I've ever taken like it is okay. Yes, I'm going to. Everything is an emergency. You will get tired soon. Your soul never breathes. Your brain never rests. You are replying to messages like the world will end if you don't respond in 3 seconds. It will lead to burnout. Even goals lead sometimes. Even Google load sometimes relax also. Yeah. Something like a ChatGPT. ChatGPT will tell you that if you ask ChatGPT something and you are asking the next one when ChatGPT has not yet replied, ChatGPT will tell you that I am going to process just one of the information at a time. So what more of you? So what more of you? You rely on motivation instead of systems. Motivation is like sugar. It gives you energy, then it crashes you. Systems are like rice and beans. Not sexy, but they keep you alive long time. You understand? So if your progress depends on how you feel, burnout is guaranteed. And we already mentioned on this thing that if you keep depending on how you feel to do certain things, you are not in mind, you will not experience mindset shift you will because feelings comes once in a while. Feelings will always come but once in a while. So it is not something to depend on. And one of the things is that when that feelings always come, it can take you the whole day. You are consistent about that thing. You are on it. But the next day you will not do the same thing because the feelings has gone. So you don't rest, you only collapse. Rest is intentional. Rest is intentional. It doesn't come by accident. You must know that you are tired and you need rest. Collapse is accidental. Sleeping because you are tired is not rest. Rest is when your mind, body, and emotions recover before they break. You understand now? So, the big mindset shift slow is not stagnant. To be slow means that you are not stagnant. For example, a person who sprints for 10 minutes collapses, complains, and quits, and the person who jogs slowly, breathes well, smiles, and keep going. After 1 hour, guess who is still moving? It's the person that is jogging slowly, breathe well, smiles, and keep going, not the person who just sprints for 10 minutes. So consistency without burnout is choosing peace over pressure. So with all that we have been learning, you need to work, you need to also read the 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 as I say, can I say the rhythm in which you are going. You don't need to move fast, you need to move often. How to stay consistent without burning out. One, build a minimum commitment habit. Ask yourself, what is the smallest action I can do on my worst day? Not I must work 3 hours, but I will work 15 minutes. I must read 50 pages, but I will read 2 pages. Small actions done daily beat big actions done occasionally. Your brain loves wins, not punishment. If you keep stressing your brain, you will burn out. What you should do is to separate identity from output. You are not you are not your productivity. If you don't post today, you are still valuable. So if you rest today, you are still disciplined. Burnout happens when your work is attached to how much you produce. Burnout happens when your work is attached to how much you produce. So if you don't post 10 times, it means that you are not productive. And there's a way how to manage all these things here. Coming back to the number of times to post, there's a way you can schedule your content. You can take 1 hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and schedule your content even for the whole week. Even for the whole week. And you find yourself having rest while your page keep having content because you posted them already. Rest is not a reward for finishing everything. Rest is a requirement for continuing anything. Even God rested. even the creator of you and I, they rested. Then who are you that will not rest? Listen to early warnings. You should be able to listen to early warnings because if not, you're going to burn out. You feel irritated for no reason. You procrastinate what you once loved. You feel busy but unfulfilled. That is not laziness. If you have all these feelings, it doesn't mean you are lazy. It means you just need to rest. You are burning out. That is your system that is asking for judgment when you have all these feelings. So consistency it is agreement with yourself. Real consistency is not loud, it is quiet, it is boring, it is powerful. It's showing up when no one is clapping. It's showing up when progress is invisible. It is showing up when motivation is not there. When you show up in this way, you'll be consistent. I think burnout will also happen when you too much depend on motivation. Say, when you keep depending on motivations and feelings, you find yourself burning out. Because the day you feel as to do it, you will do extra. The day you're motivated to it, you do it extra. Consistency without burnout is choosing alignment over applause. Yes, you are consistent when even when you are invisible. You are consistent when even nobody is seeing. But burnout would always appear when you want to that I was able to make 30 hours yesterday online. That's how men always do now. Somebody will be very proud to tell you I slept at the office yesterday, too much work. They will burn out too. If consistency is killing your joy, it is not discipline, it is dysfunction. You don't need more pressure, you need more self leadership to be consistent. Move slowly, move smarter, and move longer. Because success doesn't belong to the one who burns brightest, but to the one who stays lit the longest. So as from today, make sure that you don't. That is why even in all that we have been learning, they have been telling us to start with smaller tasks. One email today, one page today, one this. That's how you build consistency. You don't start with 10. I'll be doing 10. I'll be doing 10. I'll be reading 10 pages every day. What about the day that you are super busy? What about the week that you are super busy? You find yourself burning out. So I think we have understood what consistency will be if we want to do it the right way. Because all of us, what we are here for is we also want to be consistent in those right paths that we have chosen. You have understood how you can become consistent. So maybe you were already choosing the path that will cause you to burn out. Make sure you slow down and choose consistency over burning out. Okay, thank you so much. Make sure you comment. I don't know whether I should ask for a recap. Yes, just make a choose to make either a recap or a comment if there's anything that really stands out for you in this lesson. Thank you and see you tomorrow.